She tried. She really did. But the pain was too much. Tia Clayton didn't just lose her shot at Tokyo 2025. She physically couldn't finish the race. What started as a promising season ended in heartbreak. And the reason? Injury. That's right. Tia Clayton was injured. And not just a small strain, this was serious. It all unfolded at the Jamaican national trials. The stadium was packed. The tension was high. And Tia was right there on the starting blocks, ready to fight for her spot in Tokyo. But just seconds into the race, her stride broke. Her face told the story. Pain. Pure pain. She pulled up. She didn't finish. She limped off the track. And in that one moment, everything changed. Fans were confused. Commentators were silent. Some thought she gave up. But now we know the truth. Tia was injured. She didn't just lose a race. She lost a dream. And it's not over. Because now, we've just received confirmation. Tia Clayton has officially withdrawn from the upcoming Prefontaine Classic, one of the biggest international races of the season, the final tune-up before the Olympics. And she won't be there. The same injury that took her down at the Jamaican trials is now taking her off the world stage. It hurts. For her, for her fans, for the entire Jamaican track and field community. Because last year, she was electric. Tia Clayton was one of the few young stars shining bright. In Paris, she didn't just run, she competed. She showed grit, fire, and hunger. The girl who everyone thought was just Tina's twin had finally stepped into her own light. But now that light is dimming. Injuries are cruel. They don't care about your talent. They don't care about your dreams. They come when you least expect them. And they take everything. And for Tia, it came right when she was about to rise. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not now. Not when Tokyo was so close. She was in shape. She was focused. She was ready to prove herself. But her body said no. And now, the race goes on without her. And let's not pretend this isn't a massive blow. Tia Clayton wasn't just another name on the list. She was one of Jamaica's most promising young talents. A clean starter, a fierce competitor, and most importantly, a fighter. But sometimes even fighters fall. And right now, Tia is down. The questions are already flying. Will she recover in time for the next season? Will she ever be the same? Will this injury haunt her like it has for so many other young sprinters? Nobody knows. But here's what we do know. She didn't quit. She didn't give up. She got hurt. And she kept trying until her body couldn't go anymore. That's not weakness. That's bravery. She could have pretended. She could have jogged to the finish line. She could have smiled through the pain. But she didn't fake it. She walked away honestly. And that takes courage. So yes, she's missing Prefontaine. Yes, she's missing Tokyo. And yes, it hurts. But her story isn't over. Not even close. Sometimes the biggest comebacks come from the most painful setbacks. Right now, Tia needs time. Time to heal. Time to breathe. Time to rebuild. This isn't the ending, it's just a chapter. We've seen this story before. Athletes who fall, only to rise again even stronger. Will Tia be one of them? We believe she can. We believe she will. So to the fans, don't count her out. To the critics, don't write her off. And to Tia, if you're hearing this, hold on, take your time, come back on your terms, because the track isn't going anywhere, and the world will still be watching when you're ready to fly again. For now, rest, heal, and remember, a broken moment doesn't mean a broken future. We're still rooting for you. This is not the news anyone wanted to hear. Tia Clayton, the same Tia who lit up the track in Paris last year with so much promise, is officially out. She dropped out of the Jamaican national trials. And just like that, she's going to miss the Prefontaine Classic. And most painfully, Tokyo 2025. This is heartbreaking. A sprinter who once looked destined for the big leagues, now sitting on the sidelines. What happened? Where did it all go wrong? Last year, Tia was blazing hot. She was fearless, explosive, and focused. In Paris, she didn't just show up, she stood out. People started whispering her name, that's the next big star. And they weren't wrong. But this year, something changed. At the Jamaican national trials, the one shot to qualify for Tokyo, she didn't even finish. She dropped out. No warning, no press release, no explanation. 1 minute she was on the track warming up. The next she was gone. And that's not all. The Prefontaine Classic, one of the biggest international stages before the Olympics. She's missing that too. She's not on the start list. And that silence is loud. The question now is, what really happened to Tia Clayton? Some say it's injury. Others say it's pressure. Some even think it's deeper, emotional, mental, or personal struggles behind the scenes. Because let's be honest, talent alone isn't enough in this game. You need consistency, support, and good timing. And for Tia, the timing couldn't be worse. Tokyo is just around the corner. The biggest stage in the world. The spotlight, the dream every athlete works for. And now, she's watching it from home. It hurts more because she was ready. She had the speed, she had the power, she had the fire. But this season, that fire started fading. The sad part, Jamaica needed her, with so many of the veterans aging out, and young stars like Alana Reid facing struggles of their own. Tia Clayton was supposed to be part of that new wave. But now, that wave just crashed. Let's rewind a bit. Tia has always been the quieter of the Clayton twins. While her sister Tina took most of the spotlight, Tia was building in the shadows. But when she finally broke through, especially at the junior level, people saw the truth. She wasn't just Tina's twin. She was a beast in her own right. She had clean starts, perfect transitions, and her top-end speed, unreal. She made it to Paris last year, and while she didn't leave with a medal, she left with respect. The world saw her. Coaches, scouts, fans, everyone said, she's next. So how did we get here? How did next turn into nothing? The truth is, sometimes in track and field, it's not just about what happens on the track. It's what happens off it. Injuries hide behind smiles. Pressure crushes the mind. And when you're young and everyone expects greatness, that pressure can become a prison. Was it a hamstring, a groin pull, a mental breakdown? We don't know. All we know is this. Tia Clayton is out. No national trials. No Prefontaine. No Tokyo. Just silence. And pain. And here's what makes it even harder. She's not even 22 yet. She should be at her peak. She should be flying across finish lines, not sitting in the shadows. She should be boarding the plane to Tokyo, not watching from her phone. The world of track and field is brutal. One moment you're on top, the next forgotten. And for Tia Clayton, the fear is real. Will she come back? Or will this be the beginning of the end? Some are already moving on. Other sprinters are stepping up. The 100m and 200m spots are filling fast. And in this sport, no one waits for you. No one slows down so you can catch up. You either show up or you're left behind. But let's not count her out just yet. Tia has something special, something that doesn't go away overnight. She has talent, she has heart, and if she can regroup, mentally and physically, she might just shock the world again. But it won't be this season. Not at Tokyo, not at Prefontaine. For now, she sits in the shadows and watches the train she was supposed to be on leave the station. This is a painful reminder that in sports, potential means nothing if you can't stay in the game. To every young athlete watching, Tia Clayton's story is a lesson. Don't take the moment for granted, because when it slips, it might not come back. Tia, if you're hearing this, we still believe in you. But now, you've got to fight harder than ever. Not just to run fast, but to find yourself again. Tokyo is gone, but your story isn't over. Not yet. If this story touched you, like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Because in the world of track and field, the race is never just about speed. It's about who has the heart to finish. Stay tuned for more powerful stories from the track. And keep believing, even when the stars fall. Because sometimes, they rise again.